Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be Real Entertainment presents Sports Spit, and I'm your host, Jay Maurice, with my co-host,
Victor Garner, Slick Vic. What up, y'all?
coming to you from the Hall of Game, where we're giving you 360 degrees of game. For those that don't understand, that's game all way round.
Yes, sir.
You understands me? Now we finna get it cracking. We're gonna talk about the playoff rankings as where they stand right now in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. So Vic, go ahead, get it started, man.
Well, yo, so we got these races going. They're going down to the wire, man. We got anywhere between 9 and 12 games left for these teams, and we talking about down the stretch who we think's going to win these races for the season, and then also who we think going to fall in and fall out of the play in.
Okay. So where we gonna start? The Eastern Conference or the Western Conference first?
Well, they say the West is the best side, so that's what Pac used to say. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and start. Let's start ahead and start out West, man, because that's where both our teams reside.
Right,
so,
right.
So let's go ahead and let's get start with the main course. Uh, so we'll first talk about the number one seed or the number two seed. Number one seed is Denver Nuggets. Look like they might have that sold up.
That seemed like that's a lock with just 10 games to
it's just
go.
about 10 games left. I don't see them losing a 3-game lead. So today is March 22nd. So with that being said, the number two seed is up for grabs. You got Memphis and Sacramento battling out for the number two seed. Memphis has a game and a half lead. Like I said, about 10 games left to go.
Who would have thought that Sacramento would be battling for the two spot though? That's a surprise. I mean that shocked me.
Keith Sweat, nobody. But
Okay.
yeah. So and yes, like you said, Sacramento. I don't want to call them the Warriors, but
They got our old
I mean,
coach.
it's just them coming out of nowhere. Like I don't think people seen them. I mean, the Warriors had a good year before they won the title, but I don't think still people. They still probably thought of them as an up and coming team. This is the Sacramento's team's first appearance though.
Right.
So we're gonna, I don't think anybody expects them to win a title or anything like that. Not this year, at least. But we get to see them test their metal and see what they're made out of, and no place better to start than right now. I mean, they're in this battle with Memphis for the number two seed.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it's gonna all go on the play of Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, it's gonna go all on his play. Him and De'Aaron Fox. They gonna go as far as them two take them. That's the tandem
Yeah,
that's leading them, and they wasn't really this type of team until they got Sabonis.
yeah. I mean, he got swapped for who was the guy who got went out in
Halliburton.
Indy for Halliburton. So it seems like both teams won their side of the trade because
Halliburton is good,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
ain't took them to the. He ain't really got them locked in like Sack.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but the point you can as a point guard, you kind of need the pieces around you to to help you out.
True.
But I think so. I think they're good at point guard. I mean, so I think they've got that foundational piece there. But Sabonis, I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch a whole bunch of Pacer basketball. Honestly, I haven't seen a whole bunch of Kings basketball, but he's one of the more underrated players in the league.
Right.
And so this is when he gets to step out in the forefront and show the world like who he is as a player, because it was his first time making the All-Star game, and actually he did make the All-Star game, but he was one of the guys who we talk about, as far as being being in the running for that, for that type of accolade.
Okay.
But so we'll see how they do. This is their first time in the spotlight, and so like I said, Memphis game and a half lead.
For that two spot.
Yeah, for the two spot. Now Memphis' schedule, I think is an easier schedule. So Memphis has tell me what you think. So Memphis has Houston twice, Atlanta,
2 wins, 3 wins,
Orlando,
4 wins.
They got
Damn.
They got back to back with the Clippers at home, both games at home. They got
Well, I'm gonna say that's it. All depends on Paul George because he just got hurt. It
yeah,
looked like he hyperextended his knee or something. Hoping did no like internal damage to that knee.
yeah,
But if they just got Kawhi, I think Memphis probably get both of those games, if not a split. But I'm feeling like Memphis might get both of those games. So that's what 6 games right there.
I mean, both games are in Memphis. Or no, actually, both games are in Memphis.
Yeah, that's 6 games.
I don't have the dates, but it's like 6 games away, so that's probably 2 weeks from now. So unless Paul George makes it back in 2 weeks,
But I mean, you can make it back, but will you be healthy?
right?
You know, will you be like you was?
And honestly,
Will you be half the person, half the player?
they just need to be healthy for the playoffs. Like I don't,
Right.
no, they're in their own fight for the number 4 seed, but it don't matter if you ain't healthy.
Right.
So I think they just need to kind of, even if they fall to the 8th spot,
Ooh.
you know, and have to play in the play-in. I'd
Ooh.
rather have a healthy Paul George in the play-in than have a gimpy Paul George in the 5 seed or 6 seed.
Right.
Because I think the Clippers. I mean, if they have a healthy Paul George and a healthy Kawhi, I don't see why they'd be scared of Denver.
Okay.
I wouldn't pick them to beat them, but and it is no reason why those guys, especially Kawhi Leonard, who's been there, done that before. For those guys to fear the Denver Nuggets.
He a champion.
Yeah. And so, finishing off the schedule, they got Chicago, Portland, New Orleans, Milwaukee. It's going to be a tough game. OKC. And out of their last handful of games, they got 3 games against C-minute playoff teams, I call them, the top 6 teams that aren't in the play-in. So they got 3 teams against 3, playoff teams, and then they got 4 games against teams that are in the play-in contention out of the games they got remaining. They got 2 of the games against the playoff teams are at home, 1 on the road, and then against the playoff and play-in teams, they're all on the road. But honestly, that shouldn't matter as long as they got Ja back. They're supposed to get Ja back tonight.
Right.
As we record this pod. So I'm gonna go home and check that game out.
I only heard of one team really that can give them any problems from what you just said, and that was Milwaukee.
Right, and they're playing for their own seeding. Well, they're playing. I mean, they've got 2-game advantage for Boston. We will talk about that later. But so they're playing for their own seeding, and that might come down to the last day too. But Sacramento on their side, they've got some tough names on their schedule. They got Phoenix at home, they got Utah at home, Minnesota at home, back to back with Portland on the road, San Antonio at home, New Orleans, Dallas, Golden State, and Denver. Just by the sounds of it,
the last 4 teams seem like, that's gonna be a gauntlet that they're gonna have to run through them.
They do have Golden State at home, which we know have the woes of Golden State on the road have been well documented all year.
Oh, is they playing Golden State at Golden State or
no?
They're
playing at home. They're playing Sacramento, and they're playing Golden State in Sacramento. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a different game when you play
I hate to admit it, but man, we just don't play good on the road, man. This year's just been something terrible.
And when they go into playoffs,
they're gonna have to play road games.
I mean, they're in contention for that 4th spot, but
if they can get that 4th spot.
But if they can get out but when they get out the first round, if they can make it out the first round, there it is. Now they got to play road games. So We'll see if they get the 4th seed, it'll be against Denver.
Okay.
So the next race we'll talk about is the number 4 seed in the West, which is the most congested out of all the races.
Log jam right there.
Yeah, so 4 through 8, we've got, actually 4 through 9, we've got, 4 through 8, you've got Phoenix, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Thunder, and Dallas. That's 4 through 9 right there. All these teams are separated by at most 2.5 games.
Okay.
So Phoenix is in they're in the catbird seat.
But Durant is still hurt.
But yeah, Durant is still hurt. So they're gonna do what they can to try to hold on to their seeding. They've got one game up on the Clippers. They're up 2 games on Golden State, and then 2.5 on OKC and Dallas, who are kind of on the outside looking in. They're 3 games back, or they're 2.5 games back, which is I say is probably about the maximum you can make up with about 10 games left, thereabout. So I wouldn't look back further than that in the standings for anybody who could catch them. So Phoenix, their schedule, their remaining schedule, they've got OKC, they got the Lakers, the Kings, Philly, Utah, Minnesota, Denver, OKC again, San Antonio, which should be an easy win, Denver, the Lakers, and then the Clippers again. So I think that's a pretty tough stretch. They got 6 games against playoff teams, bona fide playoff teams. 3 of them are at home, 3 of them on the road, and then they got 5 games against play-in teams. They got 1 at home and 4 on the road.
I'm gonna say that them team the play-in teams that they gonna have to play is gonna be tougher. You know, they gonna really scrap. They gonna really, give it their all because they fighting for that. To be in the playoffs.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you who these teams, the 4 teams are though. It's the Lakers. 2 of the games are against the Lakers.
Will LeBron be back?
Doubtful. The word I heard about LeBron was that he may be back for the last game
of the season.
Yeah. So he's pretty much just sitting around to the playoffs. So I don't think you see LeBron before the playoffs. And honestly, what's the point of bringing him for the last game? I mean, you can say they knock off Russ, but
yeah,
he's a 20-year vet, man. Just go practice. Let him.
That's even more reason to knock off the Russ because he old. I mean, as far as basketball,
but he's been doing it for 20 years, man. I think as long as his body's right, he'll figure it out. And they're gonna have to play. Yeah, well, I guess they have to. I guess the play-in game would be a must-win if they can get in the play-in. So you can't really figure it out from there. But I should say, just try to get LeBron healthy.
Okay, what's the other teams that they playing?
We got the Clippers. Oh, the other team. I'm sorry. So they got 2 games with LA.
Okay.
They've got 1 game with Utah, and then that's at Utah. So the altitude's always a problem for teams. And then they got Minnesota at home with probably no Anthony Edwards. Well, at least not as of today.
I heard something about Karl Anthony Towns supposed to be coming back.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
I mean, he hadn't played in months though.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so I don't.
But he could come back fresh and healthy with fresh legs. I mean, if he ain't played in a minute, them legs should be, real good and healthy, fresh.
I still say Phoenix has the best player though. Like I take
Devin Booker.
I take Devin Booker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Anthony Edwards, you can have an argument on any given night type of deal. Like, Anthony might be able to get him, at a night, but I just think, and Karl Anthony Towns was, is an all-star and it's been like touted as a future superstar, but I don't see it, man.
Okay.
I don't see him as a superstar player. Not anymore, I don't. I mean, he's a good player.
He just need to put in some work. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really put in that work this year with all the injuries.
Right.
So we ain't got nothing fresh in our mind of some of
I got his
work.
playoff struggles was fresh in my mind still. He was fouling.
But that was last year, man. That was last year. Every year is a different year.
Yeah.
Every year is a different year.
Sometimes
right.
the player is who the player is, man.
Yeah.
I know if in the playoffs, if it was ever a tough moment, I'd expect Vince Carter to fold. Yes.
Well, they said the same thing about Andrew Wiggins.
Well, he had never been in the playoffs, so messing around with Minnesota.
They didn't even make it to the playoffs. None.
They didn't sniff the playoffs, man. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the rest of the teams?
Okay, so we got the Clippers. The Clippers, like I said, they're 1 game behind Phoenix. They got OKC, New Orleans, Chicago, Memphis twice on the road, back to back on the road, and then the Pelicans, Lakers at home, Portland, and then they got a head-to-head with Phoenix. So out of there,
That look like that could be at least 4 losses.
yeah,
At
they
least
got
with Memphis and
yeah,
who's the last 2 teams you said?
they got Phoenix head-to-head,
And Phoenix. Oh yeah.
and they got 4 games with like I said, bona fide playoff teams. That's 1 through 6. At least in the standings today, that's 1 through 6. So
Right.
that actually includes OKC, who are at the 6th spot right now. So they got 4 games with bona fide playoff teams. One of them is at home, and that's against OKC.
Okay.
3 on the road, and then playing games. They got 4 games against playing teams. 3 of them are at home, 1 on the road. So that's favorable for them. But that's kind of a tough schedule right there.
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
And we'll just go ahead and bring us to our next team. Golden State sitting there at the 6th spot, trying to move up to 4.
That's where we need to be. We need to be in that 4th spot.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got to get to that 4th spot, man, because we don't play well on the road, and we need to just start winning road games.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have to play if they're the 4 or the 5, they're gonna have to play one of these teams they're battling with right now in the first round. So could be the Clippers, could be Phoenix. Oof, I'd love to see Phoenix and Golden State in the first round, man. I'd love to see Kevin Durant and Golden State and just.
That's if KD come back.
Well, they said they will. At least a couple weeks ago, they were saying he probably missed the rest of the regular season and be back for the playoffs. But we'll see. I haven't heard an update yet.
They might say that just for them ticket sales. Oh no, he gonna be there. He gonna come back. He gonna be there for the playoffs.
I think the playoff tickets gonna sell. I think regardless. But so let's go to Golden State. Golden State. They've got Dallas, Philly, Minnesota, New Orleans, San Antonio, Denver, OKC, Sacramento, and Portland.
And to be honest, I'm gonna really say that they can win all those games but 3.
Okay, let me hear them.
Philly,
Philly's gonna be
Sacramento,
Sacramento's gonna be tough.
and Denver. Did you say Denver?
Yeah, I said Denver. Do you want to hear the good news?
Is Denver at home?
No.
Denver on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might not win that one.
They got Philly at home though. Yeah.
Yeah, we might. That might be a win right there.
That's sound like it's gonna be a national TV game right there. Philly and Golden State.
Okay, I'm optimistic about that game.
So they got 4 teams against bona fide playoff teams left, 2 at home, 2 on the road, and then they've got 3 games remaining against play-in caliber teams, and they've got 2 at home, 1 on the road, and so they have an advantage on the tougher games of the schedule, and you would think that, man, hopefully they can go on the road and win in Portland, because that's the last night of the season. You would think they packed it up already. Like
It seems like everybody gets up to play us, man. Since we are the champs, you feel me? You feel me? They wanna play the champs and they wanna show out. They show up and show out at home when they at home against us, and for some reason we just can't get over that hump to win a winning game on the road. I think we only won like 8 games on the road this year.
Oof.
8.
Oof.
And that is horrible.
Yeah, that is. Oh no, yeah, I heard the number. It was like 9-32 or something.
Or 9 games.
Or not 30.
Okay.
It's 9-27, I think it was. 9-27, yeah.
9 games.
Yeah. See, you ain't giving enough credit.
Giving them credit, man. I mean, 9-27. What?
Yeah, you ain't got no credit.
They got the almost a flip of that at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They might have only lost 9 games at home.
Yeah. Yeah, they got 36 losses, 27 on the road. That's 9 exactly.
Yeah, see?
Math is mathing. Now let's look at OKC.
Surprise team.
Yeah. Their schedule sound like they got some pillows in there, man.
Oh.
So they've got the Clippers, which is gonna be a tough
That's
game.
gonna be a tough
Well,
game.
maybe. I mean, you said Paul George just went out, so that
Paul
game
George
probably
went
got
out.
a lot easier.
And actually, if I ain't mistaken, I think they was playing last night.
Yeah,
They played the
Mhm.
Clippers last night,
Yep, and their next game is against the Clippers. It's one of those back to backs.
and they popped the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. And so they got the Clippers again. They got the Lakers, Portland, Charlotte, Detroit, Indy, Philly. It's a tough game. Golden State at home though. They got Golden State and OKC, Utah, and then Memphis at home.
Okay, I see at least 3 losses.
Oh, okay. Who popped them? You said so.
Memphis.
Memphis.
Did you say the 76ers?
I did say the Sixers. It's actually Phoenix though.
Oh, Phoenix.
It's actually Phoenix though at home. It's
Okay,
Phoenix at
so
home.
I think Phoenix can pop them. And the Lakers. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I think the Lakers gonna do it because they gonna be struggling, man. They they fighting for their life.
They are. They are
And-
fighting for their life. They definitely fight for their life.
And AD, he ain't been playing too well
Mhm.
as of lately, but I think he gonna bounce back because LeBron seemed like I seen something where LeBron was kind of getting in his tail a little bit, and
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, but
Okay. With street clothes?
yeah, LeBron was like, man, blah 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 blah. They was on the sideline on like a huddle, and
Uh-huh.
LeBron was saying something, but I think AD kind of
Was he tuning him
he
out?
checked out.
Yeah.
He had checked out though,
like Kyrie?
yeah, he checked out but I feel like he gonna redeem himself.
Well, I mean, if you look at the chemistry between those two players, it seemed like since Anthony Davis has come back, maybe a week or so after he came back, like those guys aren't clicking, and whatever it is,
They
Anthony
definitely need
Anthony
LeBron.
Davis ain't feeling it.
They definitely need LeBron.
But whatever I'm talking about the chemistry between Anthony Davis and LeBron, like together, like they're not clicking, like they don't seem to be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was LeBron, the chase for LeBron's record or whatnot, but I think Anthony Davis walked off the court,
Man, because I think LeBron was hurt before he even got the record, and I feel like he just continued to play just until he got the record, and then that's when he went out.
Mhm.
After he got the record, forget it. Y'all got it, y'all handle it.
right.
AD take it in,
Mhm.
bring it home. But AD probably didn't really like that. Like, man, sit out and get your foot. Was it his foot? His foot.
Well, yeah, but his foot happened, and like you said, obviously all that happened after he got the record. But he missed the first few games after he got the record. He probably didn't play for like 3, maybe even 4 games after he got the record. He just didn't play.
All right.
And then he came back in, and then I was actually watching the game where he got hurt, where he hurt his foot, and he kind of fell on the sideline up under the basket, and you heard him say he heard a pop.
Mm-hmm.
But he finished the game though, so I was like confused. Like, so he heard a pop, but he can still play on it.
Because he was greedy, man. He just want to get that record and stat.
Well, he had already had the record at that point.
Pad his stats.
He had already had the record at that point, but it's kind of like they say, when you tweak an ankle, you can play the rest of the game, but after the game, your ankle swells up. Yeah,
it swell up.
So I guess he had like inflammation or whatever, and it was a lot worse after he quit playing. I guess he was warm, and so he was able to keep it. So he was able to play on it a little bit, but anyway, the dynamic between those guys isn't great, and I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Davis wanted to be moved.
Hey, I say trading. We could use him. We could use a big man. We need a big man because we keep getting out rebounded.
I'd rather just get y'all LeBron.
No, we don't want that. Bruh, please don't make me trade teams again. Please.
I'm sure it's a whole bunch of LeBron fans that love for him to play with Steph.
No.
Then they can quit. They can quit talking about Kevin Durant for jumping on the Warriors.
Man, listen. I used to like the Lakers until LeBron came. When LeBron came, I was instantly for sure with the Warriors. No more Lakers. I got
he
off
was
the
already
bus.
wearing Warriors gear. They had won 3 titles in that.
Yeah, but I was really off the bus when he came. I was like, oh nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I'm good. Okay, let's keep it moving. Where else we
All
got?
right, we got Dallas. They got Golden State at home, so in Dallas. Charlotte twice back to back. Indy. They they got Philly for real this time. Miami, Atlanta, Sacramento at home, Chicago, and San Antonio.
I say 3 games, or they might get popped.
Yeah, but I think their schedule sounds mild. It sounds mid to me.
Right.
With Charlotte in there back to back, and Indy on there, and San Antonio on there.
Cream puffs.
Yeah, but they've got 3 bona fide playoff teams. 2 of them were at home, 1 on the road, and then in the play-in get 10 caliber teams. They got 3 of those games with 1 at home, 2 on the road. So I don't think their road is that bad. How do you see this shaking out? Like, if you just had to order them, you got Phoenix, Clippers, Golden State, OKC, and Dallas. You don't even worry about the games. Just kind of try to rank them for me. Who you think's the best teams just out of those 5 squads?
Phoenix.
Phoenix number 1. Okay, you got the Clippers, Golden State, OKC, and Dallas left.
Golden State.
Golden State. Okay, that's a homer pick. All right, Clippers, OKC, and Dallas.
Dallas.
Okay, Dallas number 3, and then
OKC.
So you think the Clippers are the worst team out of all those teams?
If they ain't got Paul George, if they just running with Kawhi.
Yeah, I guess it's a stretch for the stretch run here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if they running with just Kawhi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, the Clippers are 1 game ahead of Golden State, and Golden State can easily catch them if they can win a road game.
Right.
So that's that race. Let's
slide to the East.
You know what? Actually, no. Let's go ahead and finish the West out because we got the play-in scenarios of the Western Conference.
Okay.
So we got Minnesota, Utah, the LA Lakers, and the New Orleans Pelicans vying for the 9th and 10th spots to be the last 2 play-in teams. Minnesota, like you said, no Anthony Edwards for the time being. Maybe,
right.
Maybe Anthony Towns is coming, but we'll see. They've got Atlanta, Golden State on the road, so they got to go. They're going to Golden State.
Okay.
Sacramento, Phoenix, the Lakers at home, Portland, Brooklyn, San Antonio, and New Orleans. So we'll compare that with Utah. Utah's next because Utah right now today, as of today, March 22nd, Minnesota's the 9th spot and the 10th spot. So
are they in both spots?
No, but just respectively. Minnesota's in the 9th and then Utah's in the 10th.
Okay.
And then we've got Lakers at 11 and then New Orleans 12 trying to catch them.
Okay.
These teams are 2 games out. No, I'm sorry. The Lakers are a half game behind. Because they got the same. Minnesota and Utah have the same record. So they're Minnesota's 12.5 back. The Lakers are 13 back, so they're only a half game behind those 2. And then New Orleans Pelicans, same record. So these 2 teams are only a half game behind the other 2.
Okay.
So Utah's got Portland at home, Milwaukee at home, but still Milwaukee. Sacramento on the road, Phoenix at home, San Antonio on the road, Boston on the road, Brooklyn, the Lakers at home, OKC at home, Denver on the road, and the Lakers finally. That's tough.
Yeah, I counted at least 6 games, and I could have said 7.
That's tough. That's tough, man.
If they get through that, they deserve to be there.
Yeah.
If they can get through that, they deserve to be there.
I mean, they gotta play like the top 3 teams in the of both not of both conferences, but Milwaukee's number 1 out east, Boston's number 2 out east, and then Denver's number 1 out west.
Right.
So it's like the top 3 teams in the league. So good Good luck, Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
Y'all had the All-Star game. That might be it.
I don't think they're gonna survive that.
And they only a half game up.
They're half game on the 10th spot.
They're half game up. They're half game up on the Lakers and the Pelicans.
Okay, for number 10.
For number 10, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for number 10.
who do Pelicans have?
As far as players, it's my schedule.
Up. Yeah.
Pelicans, they're in the 12th spot right now. They've got Charlotte at home, the Clippers on the road, Portland at home, Portland on the road, Golden State on the road. So that's going to be a game in Golden State. Denver on the road, the Clippers at home, Sacramento at home, Memphis at home, the Knicks at home, and then Minnesota.
I'm counting 5, and I'm not counting the Knicks out, man, because the Knicks got a better record than my Golden State Warriors.
And they got the Knicks got them at home. Like,
hey,
oh no, I'm sorry. New Orleans had the Knicks at home. Okay, my bad.
Still, the Knicks might get them.
Yeah.
Julius Randle and Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans. I mean, they're not even 500. So yeah, none of these teams are 500. And so another other team is just my Lakers.
Okay.
I see a little proud of LeBron on the sideline, but so we got Phoenix at home, OKC at home, Chicago at home, Chicago on the road, Minnesota on the road, Houston on the road, Utah on the road, the Clippers on the road, and Phoenix at home, and then close out with Utah. So 2 of the last 4 games are against Utah directly.
I counted at least 4 losses. Yeah, I counted at least 4 losses.
They only a half game back. If Utah got 6 and New Orleans got 5. The math is math, and let's go playoffs. Bring on Dallas, man. We'll crack them.
You think you can crack Dallas?
No chance, man.
Oh, okay.
No chance. Well, actually, we do have a chance. I think the Lakers would have a chance against Dallas because Dallas don't play no defense. So if y'all ain't gonna play no defense, yeah, we can win. Shit, why not? Why not?
Yeah, Luka nor Kyrie really played defense.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just Anthony Davis and LeBron and D'Angelo Russell, buckets on buckets on buckets. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I'll take the Lakers in that series. Why not?
Okay.
And then
that's a homer pick.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna really say nothing. Though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but that'll be in a play, and all you gotta do is win
one game. Okay.
You just gotta win the one game,
Ooh.
and then we get to get sent to Denver to slaughter. Be slaughtered. We ain't got a chance in that one. I guarantee you that. Even though, I don't know, man. Do you feel like Denver would be scared of them?
The Lakers?
I mean, that's the ghost of LeBron James and Anthony Davis?
No.
You don't think so? Okay.
No. And you know what? From what you said, because I didn't really watch it back then when the bubble was popping.
The bubble they played on the Western Conference Finals. They played them in the Western
Conference Final, and apparently the Lakers won. So I think they got probably a bone to pick with the Lakers.
It's crazy because if Phoenix if Golden State gets the number 4 to 5 seed, Denver could exercise a lot of demons on their way to an NBA Finals push. I mean, because, the Lakers, bullied them back in the day in the bubble and, won the championship from them. And then Golden State, they've always been little brother to Golden State.
Right.
So they might be able to exercise 2 demons on the way, and build them some confidence, every step of the way. And it might kind of snowball to them to where they actually believe they can win it. Because, they're going to have to convince me because I don't believe they can win it.
I was just gonna say they got to convince me too, because if they get past, they ain't getting past us. I don't care.
Well, the game is gonna be in Denver, right?
I don't care. We'll suck it up.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully when the lights, camera, playoff action come, we show what we worth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's flip it. Let's go east. Go out east now. Out east. Now, everything's pretty much solidified in the East as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you've got the only interesting thing to me is going on is up at the top of the standings. You got Milwaukee and Boston separated by 2 games. Philly on the outside looking in, they're back 3 games behind Milwaukee, but I don't really see them gaining 3 games when you
Okay.
got, Milwaukee's got 11 games left, Philly has 11 games left. I don't see them making up 3 games. That's gonna be tough. That's a lot to make up in the last, 2 weeks of the season, 3 weeks of the season. But I do think that it's interesting for the number 1 seed between Milwaukee and Boston, and it's also interesting for the number 2 seed against Philly and Boston because they're separated. They're separated by a single game. So, and then you've got Cleveland at the 4 spot. I think they're locked in there.
Yeah, they're locked.
They're 3.5 back of Philly, and then they're 4 or 3.5 ahead of New York. So I think they're good. New York's on 2.5 up on Brooklyn. I don't see Brooklyn being able to catch them though. And then the playing scenarios for the East are pretty locked up. With Indy and Washington being both 2.5 games back on Chicago, I don't see them realistically being able to make a push.
And you know what, man? Chicago been playing real well ever since they got who? Patrick Beverly. Pat Bev, man. Hey, man. Say what you want about Pat Bev, man, but he breathed a little life into him.
Yeah, I mean a little hard nosed defender. I mean, because that's what they lost when oh man,
DeRozan.
no, not DeRozan. I'm trying not to say the white boy, but the white boy.
Hey, man, say how you
I'm
feel,
trying to be,
man.
I'm trying to be politically correct.
Right.
Man, I can't believe I can't think of his name, man. He was a fan favorite Laker, and now I can't remember his name. And he's a really good defender.
He wear the headband.
The headband, yeah. I cannot think of his name
What
to
is
save my
his
life.
name?
I'm sorry, my guy, man. I'm sorry.
And he was a Laker too.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
He was on the championship run, man.
Ah,
He was a bubble Laker.
yeah,
So-
LeBron liked him.
I liked him.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so that's not having him out there. DJ Augustine, not DJ Augustine, Patrick Beverly, gave him a lot of that tough-minded, hard-nosed defender. So
Mm-hmm.
it was filling in a hole that they had on the team, and so I could see how that would help them out, especially just when at the bottom, just with the bottom of the East not being very good.
Right.
I mean, same can be said about the Western Conference, but at least it's competitive. They're competitively bad.
Well, the Eastern Conference, I ain't gonna say they just top heavy with Milwaukee and
I'll say
Boston. You got Philly, you got New York. What other team?
Cleveland.
Oh, I can't forget Cleveland. How I forget Cleveland? They was my pick.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, and I'm expecting Cleveland to do real good things in the playoffs this year.
I'd say that's the top, and I say it's heavy.
But that's like what? That's like 6 teams though.
I mean, well, yeah, you said New York. I wouldn't necessarily call New York a really good team.
Man, the way they've been playing, man,
They're solid.
They
New York's
really solid.
Like I think if Cleveland made the Eastern Conference Finals, you might be a little surprised, but it's like in your realm of possibility. Like, yeah, you can see that happening. The Knicks, could you see the Knicks though making the Eastern Conference Finals? They gotta beat Milwaukee, Philly.
I don't see them making
And
the
Boston.
finals.
That's what I'm saying,
I see
like-
them making them to the semis.
Yeah, like the second round. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I just don't see New York being that caliber of Cleveland. I think Cleveland's just a step above
I
where
think
New
they're
York
about
is.
2 steps. I think they like 2 steps.
Oh yeah, I was trying to be nice, but
Yeah, nah. The way they be playing, you got Garland and Mitchell with them two big boys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I mean, they're-
Mobley and what's the other guy name?
Mobley, Garland, Mitchell.
Nah, the big guy,
Oh, Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yeah,
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with
And your
them.
boy, or not? Dinwiddie was your boy. I'm thinking of him and LeVert were playing
That's your
together,
boy.
yeah.
That's your boy.
Dinwiddie.
That's your boy, Dinwiddie. Mm-hmm. I know you fucks with Dinwiddie. I know you fucks with
Oh
Dinwiddie.
man. All right, so but let's look at the top of the standings here out east for these races. So Milwaukee and Boston 2 games apart. 9 games left for Boston. 11 games left for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's actually up 3 in the loss column right now. Boston has 23 losses and Milwaukee has 20 losses. So for the number 1 seed, they got to make up 2 games. Milwaukee has San Antonio at home, Utah on the road, Denver on the road, Detroit, Indy, Boston at home, Philly at home, Washington, Chicago at home, and Memphis at home.
They're gonna have 4 games where they're gonna have to really be on point. You
Yeah.
know, they're gonna have to really be on point if they want to solidify their spot or make a run for the top spot. Although I don't think that they can.
Well, they got
that
the
happen.
they got the top spot though, Milwaukee.
Oh well,
They-
yeah, if
they
they can
hit.
hold their spot,
They got a 2-game lead.
because if they mess around and there's a few of them teams that could pop them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but the thing that they got in their favor,
So I don't think that they spot is secure.
I mean, but the thing going in their favor is, they've got four games against, like I said, bona fide playoff teams, top 6 in the conference, in either conference, and but they got 3 of those 4 at home. I mean, they got the only one they got on the road is Denver. They got Memphis at home, they got Boston at home, and they got Philly at the crib. So those the toughest games of their season at the crib.
Yeah, but they can get popped at home too.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, they can definitely lose at home, especially to those top tier teams. But to see them lose a 2-game lead might be tough. They got 3 games against fringe or against play-in caliber teams. They only got 1 of those at home, 2 on the road. But I think those are going to all be dubs unless they sit guys. Honestly,
And that's what I was just about to say. Like, I could see them sitting Giannis.
Yeah, against Detroit. Yeah.
I can see them sitting them, and that could be the games that they can get popped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they still got a 2-game lead to play. To play with. So we'll see what happens. And then in Boston, their schedule, they got Indy, San Antonio, Washington, Milwaukee, Utah at home, Philly in Philly. So they got to go on the road. Toronto, both 2 games with Toronto, both at home. Atlanta at home, and then that'll finish their last 9 games. They got 2 games against the bona fide playoff teams, both on the road. That's Milwaukee on the road and Philly on the road. And then they've got 4 games against play-in caliber teams. All of those are at home, none on the road. That's 2 guys. It's a back-to-back of Toronto at home, Atlanta at home, and then Utah at home.
Okay.
They got to make up 2 games on Milwaukee. You think they can do it with that schedule?
That ain't an easy schedule. It's not an easy schedule.
I think that the Milwaukee schedule is tougher, but they got a 2-game lead.
Man. I don't know. Boston. I want to say that they was gelling for a minute, but then it seemed like
They've been slipping lately, man.
they started slipping.
They had a good win last night in Sacramento,
Yeah, that was a good win.
but and maybe that's a catalyst for them to
Kick-start
to
it.
get them going in the right direction here as we conclude the season. Okay, so that was their race against the number 1 seed, trying to catch Milwaukee. Now let's look at them trying to hold on to the number 2 seed at least, with Philly right behind them, 1 game back.
Philly just 1 game behind
game back.
Boston.
Yep.
Okay.
So they both got the same number of losses, but Boston's got 9 games left. Philly has 11 left. So Philly's got Chicago on the road, Golden State on the road, Phoenix on the road, Denver on the road, Dallas on the road, and then Toronto at home, Milwaukee on the road, Boston at home, Miami on the at home, and then Atlanta on the road. Got a lot of road games here.
They're going to have to be some road warriors if they want to, you know what I'm saying?
They got to make 1 game up, but they got to earn it.
They going to definitely, if they earn it, man, they deserve that because they going to be on the road
But
for a minute.
This is also Joel Embiid's MVP statement. This is canvas right here. This is his canvas to make an MVP statement.
Okay.
He's got a tough last stretch of the schedule. He's going against some of the best teams in the league, some of the best players in the league, and this is their chance, man. I mean, he's going head to head with Jokic. He dominated him last game.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I'd rather have Jokic. I mean, I'd rather have Embiid over Jokic. I know Jokic is a triple double machine, and you know, but I would take Embiid over Jokic.
I want to agree with you. I say if they're playing, Embiid's the better player, but I can just count on Jokic to play every night.
Unless he playing Embiid, and then it seemed like seemed like Embiid just
he still play. He just not as good.
he just little brothering, every time. Like, cause Embiid be having like he have a chip on the shoulder. Like, man, y'all keep giving this guy the MVP, man, and I'm clearly better. I'm gonna show you I'm better than this guy.
Yeah, he won it from him last
he
year.
just keep on just doing what he do, get his little triple double, and that'd be it.
So he's got a game to play in Golden State, which is that win counts. If you could beat Golden State in Golden State, that counts. That means something. So he's gonna have a game against Golden State in Golden State. He's gonna have a game against Phoenix.
At home.
No, it's gonna be on the road. He's gonna have to win that one on the road.
Oh.
So so that this that whole road trip will mean something if he can win a good amount of these games. He's got Denver, the Jokic matchup. Then he's gonna have Dallas, which maybe Luka's back.
But Embiid to dominate down low, and
oh yeah, I mean, but I think it's just still a spotlight game to where the voters and stuff will be glued in watching the game, and he can if he has 45, if he can throw up a 50 spot. Yeah, I mean, they front line ain't got nobody that's gonna stop him.
No.
And so he can probably easily, and they don't play no defense, so he can easily like the best player in the world.
But you know what? I think Philly gonna need Tobias Harris to step up, to show up and show out.
Just you talking on this road trip? You talking to win a chip, or you just talking?
On the road trip, I mean, he gonna have to step up in order for them to be in title contention. He gonna have to step up. He definitely gonna have to step up. He can't just sit back and just, let Embiid and Maxey and everybody just take over. He gonna have to show up and show out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, I agree to a point.
Because James Harden gonna do what he do.
I think with just them having Embiid, James Harden, Maxey, and who's the other?
See, Maxey gonna have to be like the Jordan Poole, like coming off the bench and doing whatever he do.
Right.
Tobias Harris got to be that third scorer.
Yeah,
he gonna have to be that third scorer.
I'd say Maxey's probably the third scorer.
I know he is. Just like Jordan Poole be the second scorer.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's why I say Tobias Harris gonna have to show up and show out.
I actually don't believe that. I think if he can, I think the key is he has to be consistent, in what he does. I think if he gets you 15 points, a night, gets you 7 boards, and play solid defense.
That's the thing. Play that D.
That's gonna be enough. Because I think Embiid, you can trust Embiid to do what he's got to do. James Harden to do what he's gonna do, and then Maxey can be that spark plug.
See, yeah.
And he gonna get buckets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
he gonna have to be that Jordan Poole type guy.
Any of those guys can have an off night, and then maybe that's when he's asked to do a little bit more.
Right.
But I think just as long as he's consistent and gives a good consistent contribution, they can count on him and rely on him to do to bring that to the team, to be that Lamar Odom type guy to just kind of give him what you need, like give him a couple rebounds, give you some timely baskets. Like I think that's invaluable. And so I think I don't think he has to be a world beater for them to win a title. I think you can justly put that pressure on Joel Embiid, to be the best, to play like the best player in the world and to be unstoppable, and to like, because it's all gonna fall back on him and James Harden.
Yeah.
So
They gonna blame James. They ain't gonna blame Embiid because Embiid gonna give you what he normally give you.
yeah, yeah.
James be
Embiid,
coming up short in the playoffs.
Embiid is he's always performed in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and so it's just his cast has been Ben Simmons, and and so you kind of had what comes with that.
Right.
You can, I mean, a diamond can only shine so much when it's covered in dumpster juice.
Ooh. There you go again. Boy, you so disrespectful.
Oh man. But yeah, I think so Philly, the bona fide playoff teams, they got 5 games against the bona fide playoff teams. 1 at home, 4 on the road. Just massive. That's crazy. And then they got 5 playing caliber teams, which they should probably slap all them guys around, maybe with the exception of like Miami. I think.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Toronto might can give you a game, but they got 2 of those at home, 3 on the road. But I think they're this is Joel Embiid's point to make a statement. And honestly, I don't see how you deny him the MVP. I flat out say he got robbed. If they can make the 2 seed and he can be dominant here.
You gotta understand. The league, they want to see.
What they want to see, man.
They want to see a Caucasian as the face of the league. They tired of seeing us as the face of the league, and they really want. It ain't really been no Caucasian since Steve Nash.
A Caucasian?
Yeah, and they giving them. They gave that to Steve Nash because for real, if you really want to be honest, Steve Nash didn't deserve either one of them MVPs. Shaq should have got one of them, and Kobe should have got the other one.
Yeah.
But they did what they wanted because they wanted the face of the league to be one of them. I mean, that's for real. That's only how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they've been giving Nikola Jokic the edge over Joel Embiid. When Nicole probably had the better numbers, but he's not the better player.
Yeah, I mean the advanced stats and the analytics, they favor Joel Embiid.
Now they favor Nikola Jokic.
I'm sorry, I spoke wrong. Yeah, you're right. They favor Nikola Jokic, but when you're watching the games, man, one player is a dominant player,
right,
and the other player is a crafty player, a clever player, a good player.
He fundamentally sound.
He's a great player. I mean, let me not.
He's fundamentally sound.
Let me not. Smear his name, because just like Tim Duncan was a great player, just
fundamentally sound.
None of it was flashy. None of it was
in your face. And for real, that's the type of
superstar he is.
That's the type of player that he is. Mm-hmm. A Tim Duncan. Nothing flashy. Just gonna do what he need to do. But Tim was never no hell of a player. Like as far as like.
What do you mean?
As opposed to like a Shaq, he wasn't that type of player.
Than both of them, though.
I understand that, but if you look at it from the eye test, Tim was just a fundamentally sound player, and in the system that he was playing, you can't tell me that Tim Duncan was better than Shaq.
He was a great player, man. Let's not.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
I'm just saying
say he was fundamentally sound.
Fundamentally sound.
You keep
that's
that.
Great.
You keep saying
that's
that
good.
like he's Mark Jackson. Like I think fundamentally sound like that. That's kind of like he's talented. He's great. He's a great player. It just he's not flashy and he's not.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
And if you just. You know what? But I can't say that though. I was about to say if you just watch a game with Tim Duncan play, you can't feel his dominance or see his dominance, but you can though. But it's on the defensive end. Well, no, because with his bank shot, it was unstoppable.
It was almost like the skyhook.
Yeah, and so.
I mean, but I'm just saying that they fall in the same type of. they fall in the same realm together. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is why I want to disagree with you though, as far as them being on the same realm, because whatever Tim Duncan's team needed at that time, you could always rely on him to get it. Whether that was a stop, a block, a rebound.
So you saying that the other guy, the 2-time MVP, he ain't that type of
Yeah, it's
he
to
ain't
be
that
seen,
type of
man.
player.
When the game come down
Okay.
to the wire,
Okay.
if he got to get a bucket, I mean, I'm not. I mean, let me not. I'm talking about in the biggest spots. I'm not talking about on a Wednesday in Charlotte,
Okay.
or or even a Sunday in Milwaukee. But I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
when they need a bucket.
Tim is accomplished in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the other guy is to be determined.
Yeah, I mean he's been there and he's had long postseason runs before. But
So you're ranked like him below Tim Duncan
of course,
with all them triple doubles and all that and the stats that he put up.
I remember you calling me crazy because I said triple doubles were overrated once. This was probably about 10 years ago, way before the Russell Westbrook phenomenon. It was when LeBron was making triple doubles and they called LeBron a walking triple double and he could average a triple double if he wanted to, and that's why he was better than Kobe because he could get these triple doubles. Like I think it's just 10 rebounds and 10 assists. Like it's cool. Give me 40. Let me see 40 though.
Let me see 81.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see 81. Let me see 60 on your last game out the door.
Or 61 3/4.
Yeah. No, he's incapable of that.
But yes, Jokic is a great player. He's like a historically great offensive player.
Okay.
Like as far as being smart, being able to dissect the defense, it's just he don't give you that other end of the court.
Okay.
And so
well, let's wrap this up.
Yes,
what
sir.
else we got?
That's it, man. That's it. Yep, that's it, man. All the like I said in the East, everything's pretty much locked up. The playing teams are set. They got 2.5 game leads, and the rest of the teams are under 5. All the teams are under 500. So I don't see them making up 2.5 games when all of them are going to be losing.
Okay.
So the Knicks I think they're stuck in their spot. Cleveland are stuck in their spot, and so I think all the races are set there. The most interesting races are out west, and so just real quick. So you got Memphis, Sacramento. Memphis, game and a half lead.
I'm hoping Memphis go ahead and take that 2 spot.
Okay.
And let Sac go down to that 3 spot.
Okay. They got something to do with the Warriors, or is this?
That's everything to do with the Warriors. That's everything to do with the Warriors.
Well, it won't matter for the Warriors though, because
if we can get that 4th spot,
that won't matter to them. The 2 and 3 won't matter for.
Because we had played.
Yeah, you played Denver. Yeah. So it don't really matter for Golden State.
Yeah,
so your un-Golden State tainted view. Memphis game and a half up. You think Sacramento can catch them?
No.
Or can? You think they will catch them?
I don't think they will.
And the 4 or 5 seed, like I said, you got 5 teams going for the 4 and the 5. Phoenix, Clippers, Golden State, OKC, Dallas. Who do you think's hit those 4 and 5 spots?
4 Golden State.
Okay.
5 Dallas.
Oh, okay. Dallas is actually and behind all those teams.
And 6 OKC.
Okay. So you got Clippers being the last,
Clippers
the
being,
8th speed right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And falling into the play-in. Okay, yeah, they do have Paul George out. And then...
That's all contingent on Paul George being out.
Right.
That's why I'm saying the Clippers falling down.
Boston, Milwaukee. You think that's going to stay
I think
how
that's
it
probably
is?
locked how it is.
And what about Philly being 1 game behind Boston?
I think,
what do you
man,
think's going to happen? Their schedule's fucking tough.
I think the top 4 are going to stay how it is.
Okay.
I think the top 4 going to stay how it is.
Okay. All right, man. That's all I got, man.
Okay.
It's been great, man.
It's been great on Sports Spit. It is what it is. And shit, this is what we do when we through. Peace. Okay, y'all. That was Sports Spit. SportsSpitt. Check it out. The podcast on anywhere you get your podcast, anywhere you get your, if it's on
iTunes,
Apple or
Spotify,
iTunes,
Amazon,
Google Play,
Play.
any of that. So holler at us and check us out. Sports Spit with your boy Jay Maurice.
Victor Garner, Slick Vic.
All right. Coming to you live from the game room.
Yes, sir. See y'all next week.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Who was her?
Hey man, turn this off.
Did you hit finish?
No.
Oh, hit finish. There you go.
All right. I didn't even know how to turn it off. Okay, my son watched it. My son looked at it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn, on Facebook? What the fuck?
Okay, I just posted.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that's the first time I did that.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead and tag me in it.
Shit, I don't know how to do that shit. What, just share it and put you in there?
Yeah, look, hold on. Let's see. Share your story, share to group, public feed, share your story, share a group. I don't see it. See what your edit posts.